commercial. It's 4 in the morning. I got a big test
Too
tomorrow.
bad, Morty. You'd like you to meet all-natural burger.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Rick and Morty ads.
What do we got here? Looks like a brand new digital video game for the iPhone, Android, and iPad. It's called Pocket Morty.
For this list, we'll be looking at memorable commercials in the real world that feature the duo rather than advertisements showcased within the animated show. Which fictional characters did the best real-world commercial? Let us know below. Number 10. Stack 'em. On top of getting their own unique flavors of Pringles, Rick and Morty have also sold the company's other products.
Collect all 3 Rick and Morty Pringles flavors, only at Walmart.
And one that promoted the stack method, where you place different flavors together to make a new tasty treat, was the best.
Hey, you guys want to stack different Pringles flavors to create new flavor combos? Here, I'll go first. Pizza, barbecue, and jalapeno. The spicy barbecue pizza stack.
With Rick and Summer watching a Pringles ad, Morty walks in promoting stacking. Immediately, Rick pounces on him and discovers he's a Pringles robot. Rick realizes he and his granddaughter are stuck in a Pringles commercial, something he was warned about.
How can we get out?
We can't, Summer. They warned me this would happen and I didn't listen.
Then a small army of faceless, creepy Morty Pringle bots descends on the pair, heavily promoting the product. As they struggle with the horde, a singular Morty, giving us Terminator vibes, stares into the camera and chomps its metal teeth. Eerie.
Stacking Pringles to make new flavors. Endless new flavor and barbecue, wavy, and sour cream and onion equals a 3-layer dip stack.
Number 9. Burger Time. Taking inspiration from the pilot's opening scene, Rick enters Morty's bedroom in the middle of the night and wakes him. Rather than being hammered, this time, Rick has a megaphone.
Morty, wake up. We're in a Carl's Jr. Hardee's commercial right now.
Selling products for Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, Rick brings in a selection of human-esque burgers that dribble sauce all over Morty's room and go through his stuff and steal things.
Bacon cheeseburger.
I need to get sleep.
Jalapeno thick burger.
They're getting sauce all over my bed.
These guys are cool.
Hey, put
Rick causes similar shenanigans for Old Spice. A bunch of anthropomorphic spray cans wander in and wreak havoc as they release their fragrance around Morty's room. As Rick reads from a script, one of the cans even eats the adorable existential crisis butter robot, which will disturb us for quite a while.
Make him stop.
Can't
Get
make
him
it
out
stop,
of here.
Morty. You're gonna smell great tomorrow.
Number 8. Money Talks. Rick and Morty turns their shilling of products into a joke by really leaning into selling themselves out to make a buck.
All right, Morty, go. Talk about the thing. They paid us a lot.
Okay, yeah, this is the PlayStation 5.
To promote the PlayStation 5, they put in minimal effort, but they still made it entertaining. Rick sits on a sofa and counts a stack of cash as Morty goes over the console's features like a bad QVC segment. Every so often, Rick chimes in about aspects that Sony wanted the duo to mention.
You know,
Why don't you tell them the thing about the buttons?
Huh? Oh, the controller has haptic feedback vibrations that simulate in-game action.
As Morty begins to criticize the advert for being boring, Rick cuts him off by saying they're done and insults the audience with some swearing. Somehow, it works.
This commercial is kind of boring, you know? It's like the PlayStation 5 is pretty cool.
All right,
We
we're
could've-
done. Go play PS5.
We now want to get one. Just a shame the console is so elusive to buy. Number 7. Clean Axe. When selling the video game God of War Ragnarok, Rick and Morty went to town. The clip opens with Rick releasing his inner Kratos by shaving his head and applying makeup while being a lot more aggressive.
Rick, are you shaving your head?
We're going on an epic adventure, Morty.
What?
God of War, Morty, the new one. Kratos is a dad, the kid is curious. Like you, Morty, you're curious.
What does shaving your head have to do with...
Why do we have to do anything, Morty?
He hands Morty a bow and plunger arrow before heading into the game universe. While Rick gets the Leviathan axe, Morty has to defend himself with his joke weapon. When Morty asks for his help against the birds, Rick doesn't want to dirty the axe and leaves.
Can you use that thing on the birds, please?
And get blood on it? No.
Another video game they promoted was Death Stranding. Walking through the game's creepy world, the duo begins to question the baby Morty is holding. Deciding it could be a power-up, they plan to eat it as the advert suddenly finishes.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
Jeez, Rick, you know, we've been walking for a while and I got this baby in a tube here.
Maybe it's some sort of crazy upgrade.
Number 6. Shill Puppets. It's not just other companies' products that Rick and Morty like to sell. Sometimes it's their own. To promote the release of the Blu-ray for their first season, the cartoon characters are instead whimsical puppets.
Hey, Rick, what do you got there? What are you flipping through?
I don't know, it's just some disgusting thing I found on my workbench.
After showcasing the Morty comic that comes with the discs, the duo mocks the show's habits of including film titles into episode titles by adding Rick's name to it.
Really? That's horrible. What kind of formula is that? Take a movie title and arbitrarily shoehorn my name into it?
With Morty nagging him about selling the item, Rick summons a Mr. Meeseeks and tells it to go out into the world and sell the Blu-ray.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks!
Mr. Meeseeks, go out in the world and tell everyone about the Rick and Morty Season 1 Blu-ray and DVD. It's jam-packed with bonus features, and it comes with a stupid comic that Morty pooped out.
We then see a clip of the blue character, who's suddenly not a puppet, promoting the first season disc in the real world to mostly confused but friendly humans.
Lots of behind-the-scenes content! I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Bonus comic inside! Whoa!
Number 5. Szechuan Scheme. In 2017, a singular episode from Rick and Morty ended up causing McDonald's to bring back the limited edition sauce that was used to promote the 1998 film Mulan.
They had this promotion for the Disney film Mulan, where they created a new sauce for the McNuggets called Szechuan sauce, and it's delicious. And then they got rid of it, and now it's gone.
Yep, it's the Szechuan sauce incident. After sending the show a massive bottle of the discontinued sauce, the fast food restaurant announced plans to bring back the item for one day only. And Rick and Morty fans went nuts.
I want Szechuan sauce! Where's my Szechuan sauce?
When it turned out only select McDonald's sites would have the sauce, the fans were angry as mini riots erupted at restaurants. On top of this, some people who got their mitts on the Szechuan placed it on eBay. They often asked for over $1,000. It was a bonkers time.
People from different cities were driving somewhat 4 hours to get this sauce.
Number 4. Box on your face. When hype on virtual reality games was really beginning to kick off, Rick and Morty decided to get in on the action by releasing Rick and Morty Virtual Rick-ality in 2017.
Hey you! Are you tired of the same old boring reality day in and day out? Well, now you can strap this box to your face and experience the lives of your favorite Rick and Morty characters!
So they put together an advert. Starting off with a narrator aggressively addressing the audience, it then turns out we're watching Rick and Morty viewing the commercial. As the pair talk about the new game, we see highlights of what it offers. Rick also explains he sold his and Morty's likeness to a game publisher.
It looks like some sort of crazy video game about us or something.
It's not just a video game, Morty. It's a virtual reality game. I sold our likenesses to some video game publisher for a lot of money, Morty.
Morty gets on board once he sees the chance to explode aliens. The duo finish by portaling into the advert and slaying their virtual selves. 'Cause why not?
Oh my god! You killed it! I mean me!
You'll never understand its majesty. VR for everyone. Everyone with the box on their face, Morty.
Number 3. Stalker Food. Wendy's and Rick and Morty have run a series of ad campaigns together. Seemingly, it's a brand match made in heaven. In one 2020 video, Rick and Morty get on a train. Immediately, Rick lets Morty know they're being followed.
Rick, what's wrong?
Don't look over too fast, Morty. We're being followed.
Who are those guys?
Wendy's breakfast, Morty.
We see a bunch of Wendy's anthropomorphic breakfast products not being the most conspicuous spies. As the train stops, Rick suddenly runs off with a confused Morty following.
And run, Morty, run! I'll never do it. You'll never take me alive.
Oh, wait, Rick! Oh!
As they get to the barrier, Rick ditches his grandson as he's seemingly attacked, much like the Rick and Morty intro. In 2022, we see Morty arriving home and believing Rick has turned into a frosty chino. He then gets tricked into doing a commercial for Wendy's before Rick comes in and stops it all.
Morty, did you get tricked into doing a commercial by a Frosty Cream cold brew?
Rick, I thought that was you!
Shut up, Morty. We gotta get out of here before they try to use our image to promote their... Morty, look what you did!
Number 2. Soccer Football. Once again, Morty is woken up in the middle of the night, adding more to his probably huge sleep debt.
Morty, wake
Rick.
up! You're gonna be a football star, Morty.
What?
It's a sport you play with your foot and a ball. Offside. It's football.
Anyway, Rick tells Morty he's going to be a football star. Morty asks if he means soccer, and Rick responds that it depends on where the advert is shown. Beautiful fourth wall breaking hijinks. We then see Rick has been playing mad scientist.
What's this? Consensual science, Morty. They want to give you boons for your adventure.
He's been siphoning the talents of Mo Salah and Vivienne Miedema into Adidas X Speed Portal boots for Morty.
I am Mohamed Salah. From me, you will receive the gift of dribbling and finishing.
And I, Vivienne Miedema, grant you the power of the striker and speed with or without the ball.
He's then sent into a final of an international unlicensed cup. With his essence-laced boots working its magic, Morty's team wins. Upon returning to Rick, happy and fulfilled, he's immediately brought back to Earth as his grandfather sends the boots off through a portal.
Morty's with too much self-actualization upset the dynamic. We have a TV show, Morty. Gotta reset.
Rick, where did you send them?
No idea, Morty. They could be anywhere.
Can I at least have some of that sandwich?
No.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Live action Rick and Morty. Considering the show is inspired by the Back to the Future franchise, it's only fitting that Rick and Morty nodded to that legacy. And they did, in 2021 in a fun way. To showcase the release of Season 5, they decided to create a live-action Rick and Morty. So, who did they get to play the elder character? Of course, the great Christopher Lloyd. Morty was portrayed by Jaden Martell, best known for being in 2017's It. The advert features the duo stepping out of a portal into the garage with a trademark Rick burp.
Morty, we're home.
Oh, jeez.
Shorter commercials featuring the pair have Morty talking to a pickle with Rick just behind him.
Rick, you did it again. Didn't you learn anything from last time? Oh, I thought you...
Are you kidding? Never.
Then Morty convulses on the floor as Rick rants. It's all magic.
100 years, Morty. 100 years. RickandMorty.com.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.